Hey guys, welcome to the 6th part of our incredible 7-part epic Series 10 extravaganza. In this video, Harry Williams Productions, All Things Doctor Who, and HenryDude Star are going to share their opinions on the incredible episode Extremis. Enjoy.
Hello, I'm All Things Doctor Who.
I'm Harry Williams Productions.
And before we get into this review of Extremis, we'd just like to thank Alex Patterson, the Doctor Who Guide, for letting us do a Series 10 review.
Yeah, so thank you very much for having us on your channel. It's been a real, privilege really.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's absolutely fantastic because obviously this is going to be many YouTubers just talking about their favourite episodes of Series 10. Yeah. So obviously after us it's going to be other people. So it's going to be an awesome thing completely. So,
yes.
Where shall we start with Extremis?
Shall we start from the beginning? Let's,
the basic plot.
Yeah, the basic sort of synopsis of this. It's basically like there's a book, and if you read it, you'll die.
Yeah.
And the Doctor has, he reads the book, doesn't he? And then, and then you got little subplots with Missy going on in like some prehistoric time.
And all you need to know is, are people dying, and the twist at the end, and we'll get into that later.
Yes.
So, I'll take some good about.
Oh, my phone just turned on.
Positives.
Yeah, okay. I'd say, as usual, it's like everybody says this in their reviews, like Peter Capaldi is on top form as usual.
He is.
And obviously he's quite restricted because he is blind, of course. And Pearl Mackie doesn't really get that much to. Well, actually, that's a negative. We'll get on to negatives later.
Basically, for positives, I have to agree with you there.
Yeah.
Peter Capaldi is absolutely fantastic. He's brilliant. Series 10, he is on top-notch form. I say Nardole as well. I'm really loving Nardole recently.
Yeah, he's really funny in this one. Like, I thought he was going to be just a horrible character. Well, not isn't like in terms of personality, but just the way he's been written, just like really annoying, like to the point where you just want him to die.
Yeah,
as harsh as that sounds.
That was my reaction when I first heard about him. But honestly, he's impressed me so much. But let's move on to the monks.
Yeah, the monks are probably the best thing about. They're one of the best villains that has happened to Doctor Who since, I don't know,
Weeping Angels.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would say the Silence, but I'm not a biggest Silence fan because they're cool, but we don't impress me much. But for the monks, they look creepy. Everything they're saying, the way they say it, is incredibly scary.
Yeah.
And especially the scenes where the Doctor is blind and he doesn't know the monks are walking towards him and he just open mouths. That is actually horror. That could be like a 12, 8, 15 sort of thing.
That is when the Doctor is like pushed to his limits. Like, it is one of those sort of episodes where the Doctor is practically helpless and he can't do anything about it because the monks are pretty much, they can literally do anything at any time, pretty much.
Exactly, and that's such a great thing about this. But I suppose, as good as positives are, there's always negatives in the story. So, my negatives for me for the story is a Mrs. subplot. Now, after we watched this for the second time, I understood it a lot more, but my main problem with this is it's really convoluted in where they've placed these scenes, where one scene will be there. And
it's just like the whole editing of it, like, so you've got, there's so many things going on in this sort of Veritas world, like the monk world, and then it's just really out of place. It's like you could have not. You didn't need this. Like, it wasn't needed.
Exactly. Like, isn't it one scene where the Doctor's about to close his eyes so he can read the book, like Extremis?
Yeah.
And then suddenly he's transported back to actually execute Missy.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, we want to know what's happening there.
Yeah, it's like we didn't really care about what's going on with Missy because don't care about Missy. Although, even though her like acting was good when she was like crying and that.
Yeah, I mean,
but it wasn't needed. Like,
she had nice scenes.
Yeah, they were good scenes, and to be honest, there was quite a nice twist when we thought Missy was going to execute the Doctor.
But it was
the other way around.
Yeah,
and I thought that was quite cool, but it wasn't needed.
It was, and especially the choice for the Doctor to keep her alive. I thought that was actually quite a nice choice they did there, because it really shows the Doctor's and the Master's or Missy's relationship in this example.
And they are pretty much kind of, it's quite similar to John and Roger, like they're sort of quite friends, but obviously Roger isn't flirtatious like Missy is. But I feel bad for like comparing the two because she's not. I don't view her as the master in my eyes.
Yeah.
And there are probably a lot of people which are going to agree with that.
Well, one of the last things about this is the plot twist.
Yes. The what? Still blind? Or
no, the reality plot twist.
Oh,
where
the
it's all
simulation.
Simulation for them to take over the world.
Yes. I think I watched a few reviews and people are saying like, and it was all a dream, that kind of thing.
I honestly, for me, I really love this plot twist because it makes it interesting and it makes a nice story out of what we've got so far. Because at the moment of filming this, we are on the pyramids at the end of the world. So obviously we haven't had part 3 yet from filming this.
I think it's really ambitious that they're going for a completely different style of writing for like a mid-season, 3-part story arc, mini story arc.
Exactly, and it helps because we've got all these different writers going on for each episode, so it's always a fresh new thing.
Yeah.
So
and it's not just one writer doing this little story arc, which is really nice. It's a breath of fresh air, really.
It is. So anyway, just to wrap this review up, just going to put out 5-minute limit. Our thoughts and ratings. What do you rate it? Do you think?
Probably 7. There are problems with it, but overall it's a pretty solid. Because it does need a rewatch.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I don't think people will enjoy it as much if they just watched it once.
I'd agree, 7, because honestly I think it's got some great things, but it's really the missing bits I do not like. I feel like we could have done another episode, have that whole location setting, because it's a very beautiful location with it.
But it just wasn't needed.
It wasn't, give it its own episode.
Yeah, that could have been just talked about later on, unless they're going to do something with it in The Light of the Land. Who knows, but yeah, it just wasn't needed.
Well, apart from that, that's our thoughts on Extremis. We hope you enjoyed this review. Now, we hope you look forward to the rest of Series 10 and the other reviews you have after this, because Series 10 is absolutely fantastic so far, and it's probably one of the best new series we've had in ages.
It's one of Stephen Moffat's best series ever, and Peter Capaldi's probably his best series.
Completely agree.
Yeah.
So, thanks so much for watching, guys. We really hope you enjoyed this, and we will see you later.
See you soon.
See ya.
You're watching the Doctor Who Guide. Don't forget to subscribe to the incredible guest stars. Their channels will be linked up in the card and in the description down below.
Hello and welcome to the Doctor Who Guide, growing your knowledge, your collection and your connection with other Doctor Who fans. Hello all of you lot, I am HenryDude Star from the HenryDude Star YouTube channel. This is my 3rd video I've actually made for Alex Patterson, owner of the Doctor Who Guide. I've done a gaming video for him that's still in the works. I'm not lazy, trust me. I was part of his collaboration for a series on series review that hasn't come out yet. So technically it looks like this is the 1st video, but trust me, it's not. This is the 3rd one. And Alex has asked me to review Extremis. And yes, it is called Extremis. And whoever says it's called Extremis, I'm going to fight you. Joking. But anyways, I love Extremis. It's such an interesting and creative story. People said this is sort of the flat note of the series. It was going super well and then this point sort of dipped in the series. That is BS. I think it raised the bar for the stories because it was just the amount of effort that you could see was put into this story is phenomenal. It has great characters, great sets, great direction. The direction in this is fantastic and also great editing as well. So, if you like great editing and great direction, it's a fantastic story. In this we can see the Doctor, Bill and Nardole meet the Pope for some strange reason. Of course, once you meet the Doctor, you can't do anything without him interrupting, like dates. He's wrecked Clara and Bill's dates. But for some reason, the TARDIS translator circuits are not working properly. So when the Pope speaks, he's not speaking English, he's speaking a foreign language. And this is actually the same guy who is in the episode Turn Left. I'll put his name, whatever it was, down here. In the story, we find out that there were some scientists that were translating this book called The Veritas. There was a bunch of scientists translating The Veritas. There was 13 of them, I believe. Only one survived. All of the rest took their lives. The other one went down to the catacombs, I think it was called, and uploaded it to the internet. And now everybody's taking their own lives. The Dr. Bill and Nardo have to find a way to take it off the internet. They're inside the video game. I know! So, it's so crazy. And the way how Stephen Moffat wrote, you know, one of them, oh, they wake up and it's a dream stories, people hate when writers do that. But Stephen Moffat somehow has pulled this off fantastically. Only a few niggles that I have of the story. If it's supposed to be a perfect simulation, then shouldn't everybody have different numbers? I know in the story they say, oh, randomizers aren't the same, but everybody's saying the same number. For the amount of years that they've been doing this, it's strange, don't you think? But I believe the simulation has not gone on for hundreds of years, that they say it was only a few years, because people saying the same random number together, someone's going to get suspicious. So, not everything's perfect in the simulation, because the translation's not working, and the randomizer, someone's going to get suspicious at some point. So, here are some of the questions that I have to answer. Does this remind you of any classic or New Who stories? It's sort of a mix between Heaven Sent and Vengeance on Varos. It also reminds me of a Batman March figure adventure. So, a little known fact for you that not a lot of people know. Extremis is the Latin word meaning for the furthest reaches or to the point of death. That happens both in this story. To the furthest reaches in this story, they go all across the world, from to the United Kingdom, to Rome, to Paris, to America. Did this raise or lower any expectations you have for this series? It raised the bar. The series was so good, I didn't think it could be raised, but this story raised it even further. It was just so fantastic. That's all I can say about it. I love it, and it's probably my Heaven Sent of the series. How are the characters growing on you? Well, the Doctor, in this you can really see he's very manipulative, and he knows what he's doing in this story. And when that guy sort of shoots himself, and the Doctor can even see that his heart rate is none, he's dead, he says, oh, that guy still has a bit of heart rate, Bill Nardo, go off and help him. He knows for a fact that he's dead, and he's just sending Bill Nardo away, because they don't know he is a translation device. Well, not translation device, a device that can see for a few minutes. Bill, I don't get why there's so many people saying, oh, she's one of the best companions. Probably just because of her Clara page. I think she's alright. She's very now, and she's one of the most realistic companions we've actually had for ages. And I really do like her. But she didn't really do anything in the story, except for the ending, when she just does turn into Cone. Nardo, what can I say? Nardo is... spin-off, because I love Matt Lucas's performance, and I loved him in the Husbands of Red song. Nobody else did, and I thought, why don't we have Nardo as a companion? Guess what? I did turn into a companion. My favourite line out of this entire story was, I've never heard a kid it's just fantastic. It's better every single episode you see him. Just a shame that he wasn't in style. So that was it, guys. If you want to see this amazing extravaganza that Alex is doing, please check out the other videos that have been uploaded. And also, no pressure, this was only told to me only a few hours ago. We only have 23 hours to make this video, and you know, you have to sleep, plus I've got lots of things to do on Friday. Thanks, Alex, you're amazing. But anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. Subscribe to the Doctor Who Guide, subscribe to HenryDude Star, and just keep watching Doctor Who. It's such a great show. And also go to my channel. I recently uploaded a video of 8 Doctor Who stories that can get you into the classic series. Just go to my channel. Bye. I love this video game. Have I told you that? I love this video game. Perfect. How comes some of the people. Oh no.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. Thank you to the incredible WhoTubers that gave their opinions on this incredible episode of Doctor Who. If you happen to be on a mobile device, click those little circles to subscribe to the amazing WhoTubers you see listed above. Comment down below with your opinions on this episode. Thank you so much. This has been the Doctor Who Guide. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.